Let's see. Exercise regularly and find out what triggers your hot flashes. Being alive. That is what triggers my hot flashes. Hi, I'm Kate. And I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. And today, especially, I am a hot mess. Not like super hot. We're having a cold snap right now, and I'm loving the cold snap. Hence the hoodie. Though I have not turned my heat up at all today, so we're just gonna let it ride with our low temperature 67, because anytime I inch the thermostat up so that Pete doesn't freeze, I have a hot flash. It's perimenopause time, y'all. Isn't that fun? And like, I have always run hot. I have always gotten hot. I actually joke that I'm a winter vampire, and when I see cold people, I get warm and start giving my layers to people, which has come in handy over the years. But you know, right now, like, I hate being hot. You can only take off so much clothing, especially in public, but even at home, there's only so much. And when you have a hot flash, it's kind of like when I have a migraine caused by my very own tinnitus, and the call is just coming from inside the house, so you can't get away from the noise that's causing your migraine. The hot flash, the heat's coming from inside the house. There's nothing you can do. So far, the worst one was Thanksgiving night, and I was sitting like, it was like midnight or 12:30 in the morning, and like me, Pete, and my dad were watching the tail end of the Hunger Games marathon, and I just kept having to remove articles of clothing. And like, so here I am in like New Hampshire in late November. Granted, it was a very balmy fall this year, which was not cool. But like, I was down to like shorts and a tank top with my hair piled up on the top of my head in a bun, just being like, nobody touch me. And that was not great. I hated it. It was hours. Just hours and hours and hours. I just like, I think I ended up just like, when I went upstairs, I went into the attic and just stood there because it's cold in the attic. Like, thank you. I just need my body temperature. Could have gone outside, but actually, Thanksgiving, we got a wicked snowstorm because we even had to change how, like, what day we did the festivities because the road was closed and whole thing. But anyways, guys, let's talk about perimenopause, because nobody talks about perimenopause. Like, very recently are we even talking about menopause beyond it's the change of life. Yeah, we get it. We get it. It's change. But like, guys, nobody ever flippin' talked about like the lead up to menopause until like a heartbeat ago. And how messed up is that? Like 50% of the planet is going through this, or is going to go through this, or has gone through it, and nobody is talking about it. We're just like, oh, you're a hot, crazy, sweaty mess. It's your own fault. Your hormones are out of whack. Just wait until the change starts. Bitch, the change started. That's, you know, okay. I'm looking at the Johns Hopkins website right here on my laptop, and like, let's go. Okay, what is perimenopause? Perimenopause is the transitional time around menopause. Obviously. Menopause is when a woman's period stops. It's marked by changes in the menstrual cycle along with other physical and emotional symptoms. This time can last 2 to 8 years. Wait, are they talking perimenopause, menopause, or the combination of the two? I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I don't even play one on TV. Be a terrible actress. Anyway, let's see. During this time, your body releases eggs less regularly. If mine could just never release again, that would be awesome. Makes less estrogen and other hormones. Becomes less fertile. That has been a goal since I was 12. Okay. I've known I didn't want kids since I was 4. And when you know, you know. And you should listen to that little voice inside your head, because parenthood is not for everyone, and we need to accept that too. Has shorter and more irregular menstrual cycles. Well, my IUD has already caused that, so we don't know. How much TMI can I put in this video? Let's find out. Hi, Chris and Julie. Sorry if you didn't want to know any of this, but thank you for your support. They're my only real viewers. Consistent viewers. Realistically. And that's fine. I don't promote myself and should and will someday, and we'll get there. All right, let's see what else this website's got. I did read it before, but what causes perimenopause? Pretty sure it's just like what your body does. Let's see. Perimenopause is a natural process caused when your ovaries gradually stop working. Like, I get that that's what it is, but like, we have to phrase it differently. They change function because they still emit hormones. I think that's how I remember it all working. Ovulation may become erratic and stop. Menstrual cycle lengthens. Flow may become irregular before your final period. It will. I've never known anyone where it didn't just like go on extra adventures. And then let's see. The symptoms are caused by the changing levels of hormones in the body. When estrogen is higher, you may have symptoms like you might have with PMS. Good, because we all wanted more ramped up PMS, you know. When estrogen is low, you might have hot flashes or night sweats. Do I even have estrogen anymore? I don't even know, because, you know, if it wasn't for the Lumi sweat control, this stroll shirt would probably be completely just see-through. Not today. Today is a nice cold day, and I appreciate that. But anytime the temperature warms back up, we're off the rails as far as body temperature goes. All right, what are the symptoms of perimenopause? No two women will experience perimenopause in the same way. No wonder. It's kind of like autism. It's a spectrum. No one's experience will ever match someone else's exactly. It's a good thing this is a complicated discussion. All right, so let's check off our most common symptoms. We've got mood changes, changes in sexual desire, trouble concentrating or with memory, headaches, night sweats, hot flashes, vaginal dryness, trouble with sleep, joint and muscle aches, heavy sweating. Wait, how is that different than the two other types of sweating we've talked about? Having to pee often and PMS-like symptoms. Okay, here's the thing about that list. Like, I've been experiencing most of those most of my life. I'll be perfectly honest. But you're looking at an insomniac who has... I don't break things, but I mangle my joints pretty good. Separated the shoulder twice, have no cartilage in my right knee. My left knee is a joke. My ankles are bad. My wrists are bad. I might have a connective tissue disorder, so I don't know. But yeah, I have always been kind of someone who runs hot, which is funny because like my body temperature is actually lower than average. But I think average body temperature has been drastically lowering with every generation, realistically. 98.6 is not it's the medical standard. It's not what people actually are. Um, that's a whole other, that is a whole other evolution's fun. And it's, we just hit the how is it diagnosed? Well, sometimes it's hard to tell if you're having symptoms of perimenopause. Your symptoms, health history, age, and physical exam may help your healthcare provider with the diagnosis. You may also have blood tests to measure your hormone levels. I actually looked into this, not with a medical professional yet. I'm in between doctors, have been for 6 years. I have white coat syndrome and kind of just been using urgent care. I need to get like an actual PCP. Small steps. But so they have tests for, so you can see where you are in the world. But if you're on a hormonal birth control, it's not going to work for you. So like that's as far as I got into the research and finding out that my IUD would supersede my ability to find out on my own where I am in the change of life. Because, like, the hell do they mean by the change of life, guys? Like, it's not like my ability to have a kid changes who I am, whether or not I can or can't. I'm still very much me. Though ramped up PMS could be a different version of me we don't want to meet. Though, survived, the precursor. I like to think of perimenopause and menopause as just like puberty 2.0. Realistically, because that's what it is. It's just the next step. How is it treated? We've got hormone replacement therapy, so estrogen and progestin. So it's kind of like birth control on some level, but like more. And I've been on estrogen before, and that was an insane 3 weeks that I never want to go through again. But I've only been on progestin-based birth control since 2008 due to blood pressure problems. But realistically, I have white coat syndrome and was having a massive panic attack when I was diagnosed with blood pressure problems, because you try walking through 2 blocks of protesters calling you a baby killer when you just want to get birth control, and then sit in the lobby of Planned Parenthood for 2 entire runs of Fat Albert, and then have your appointment and get told your blood pressure's high. See how you feel, and if your blood pressure would not also be really high in that scenario, because that was my problem. Let's see what else we got on this list. Selective estrogen receptor modulators, or SERMs. Antidepressants, which I think technically I'm supposed to be on anyway, but I don't have a prescribing person in my life at this point in time, and also I don't really like. I'm trying to be comfortable with that, but I do have moderate clinical depression, and was it severe? It's been a while since I read my diagnosis paperwork, but there are some things. Let's see. There are some legitimate medicines here that I'm not going to read out because I'll just butcher them, and my mouth doesn't want to make the words right now. Hi, Editing Kate here. I'm going to clarify what I meant by legitimate. Antidepressants are legitimate. I don't want anyone to think that that's not what I think. I have my own personal battle with what types of substances I'm willing to ingest. And also, I looked it up. It is moderate depression. It's severe anxiety. I knew that the words were in there somewhere. Not that that's anyone's business but my own, but I have no filter, and since I mentioned it in a video that I'm currently trying to edit and be coherent about, I figured I would clarify, because I don't want to be more misunderstood than I usually am on a daily basis, realistically. So, carry on, and I hope this isn't, like, too bad. Sorry. Let's see. Oh, and plant-based therapies, which I think that's how I'm handling this, but this is sort of how I just get through life. Then they also say that you should, eat healthy fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, and get a lot of calcium. They're talking 1,000 to 1,200 milligrams of calcium every day. I think I need to up my calcium intake just in general, but I drank almost nothing but milk as a kid, so I actually have only broken my coccyx. And maybe my ankle? Probably my ankle. Let's see. Exercise regularly and find out what triggers your hot flashes. Being alive, that is what triggers my hot flashes. Being stressed, having the temperature change. I would say, stress and ambient temperature are my two biggest triggers. But I've always been someone who just sweats to emote in the first place. So cool. And I'll post the link to this in this description. Oh, we got key points. Should have kept scrolling. I figured the picture was there was perimenopause is the time around menopause when your ovaries gradually stop working. Okay, so it's the process of when your ovaries stop spitting eggs out. Cool. Natural process causes physical and emotional symptoms. Yep. Let's see. Treatment can help ease symptoms and address other ways changing hormones can impact your... I missed some words in there, and we're not going to start over. We get it. It's happening. Whether or not we want it to, it's happening. Just like whether or not I want this picture to be centered, that ain't happening. So here we are. It is a lovely painting now. Ooh. There. Guys, embrace it. And I'm not, maybe embrace it isn't bad, but start the conversation about perimenopause and menopause. Let's not just be like, change of life. Like previous generations. Let's accept that we're going through this. I've probably been going through this for years and haven't been paying attention because I've had too many other things on my mind. Like survival. That is honestly where most of my energy has been spent. And to this day is routinely spent just surviving. That's all I know how to do. I'm learning how to live, honestly. I'm trying to learn about myself in a better way. Because I'm very introspective, but so I know who I am, but I don't know what else I'm capable of. And that's the journey I'm actually on. I'm also on this whole change of life nonsense journey too, but that's a journey I didn't get to choose. Self-discovery is a journey I am choosing, and let's ride both together because they're oddly linked on some level. It'll be okay. And maybe we'll use this angle again. I don't know. It shows my age a lot more. It's like, hi, would you like to see my forehead ridges? Because they're there. It's almost like I've been furrowing my brow for 4 decades, because I have, realistically. Got my silver wings going up through here. Got all of this happening. And you know what? We're just going to keep aging. We're also going to keep hoping that didn't totally murder the whole... I don't know what any of this is going to sound like. V-necks are not great for microphones. But it's a comfy t-shirt. So, before I manage to derail myself further, because you have no idea the derailing I am capable of doing. Or do you? Even just joking about that. Train left the station and I was not on it. Cool beans. Does anyone even say that anymore? Does not matter, because I said it, so someone still does. Whatever. One day I'm just going to be a relic of a time. Isn't that going to be great? In the meantime, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And don't forget to always tuck and roll.